What is up, everybody? Renfail here, and I am back with Last Epoch again. And I kind of want to just give a final thoughts video on this game so far. It's not a full review, but it's just my final thoughts because this is something I am sort of working on in the background behind everything else as I have time, maybe once a week. It's probably going to take me a little bit to get through the main campaign, but I do enjoy this game a lot, and it was one of the better ARPGs I've played in recent years, and I kind of want to talk about it. There are some quirks here and there, but overall, good experience. Let's talk about it here in this game. One of the things I love right out of the gate is the fact that you can play in offline mode, so we're going to screw all that online stuff. We're going to go straight to my offline mode characters. I've got a shaman and a falconer that I tried. You know, between the two, I ended up deciding that I liked the druid area more, that primalist route, and so I ended up settling on a primalist who spec'd into shaman. And he looks really creepy right now, but it's a very interesting class. And that gets us to probably the first thing I can say about this game, which was I was genuinely surprised at the skills and the skill selections and the skill diversity and the depth of the skill system, because I'm actually genuinely, I'm very curious because I haven't looked up the company that much to know, but as I understand things, and please someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, they had a Kickstarter which raised like $250,000. And this was built, and I have to ask, like, was there, where did additional funding come from? Because game dev costs a chunk of change, so it's very interesting how this all came together and they were able to produce something of this quality. Because first and foremost, skill systems. So if I go into skills, we have two sets of skills. You have passives and actives. So if I bring up the passive list, I have essentially 4 trees. I have the primalist tree, which is what you start off with. Then you can go beastmaster, druid, or shaman. Each one of these is basically a full thing, but you have to take a mastery when you get to level 20. So the first 20 levels, you're your base class, primalist. And over here on the right hand side, you've got these abilities that you can choose to spec into. You get to choose. The game doesn't choose for you. So you get to go hog wild here at creating your own unique version, right? So, and just wait, it gets deeper. So you can go a lot of different ways, and as you unlock abilities, you also unlock these 4 things down here. So that takes time to unlock these 4, because you got to fill this bar by taking points to get over to this line. When you hit 20, you get to choose. I went shaman. Mostly because it was more of the spell casting version of the primalist, and I wanted to do that as opposed to the melee. So the first 20 levels was more melee, and then I spec'd into shaman, and now it has been mostly spell casting. So really cool stuff here. I'm building that up, and once you've mastered something, you also if I'm not mistaken, you get everything up to, you can also level up the first half of the other 2. That's why there's a chain here, is that it's locked beyond that point. So you can, if you are grinding this game all the way to, I think, level 100, you can come in here and also get abilities from over in here too. Now that's the passive side of things. Remember these 4 abilities at the bottom that I was talking about? I've earned 2 of them for my shaman. I still got to earn a 3rd, so got to get to level 25 there. Well, now there's the actual skill system. Okay, now this is a little bit different. This is where things get even crazier. This is why I'm so impressed that a small team was able to pull this off. It's very well done. Each one of these skills that you get, so these are the ones I've earned so far. I've got 8 primalist abilities, these 4 down here, and I have 3 shaman abilities. One is the storm totem that you get at the very beginning when you spec that way, and the other 2 I've earned. Up at the top, you'll notice that there are three abilities slotted, and 2 that are still locked, because you got to get to 35 and 50. So what this marks is a specialty. So all of these skills down here, each one of these can be opened up And then now you have more choices you can make to specialize in this particular skill. When you start off at level, I don't remember what level you get the first one. I think it's level 1. But I can't remember when I think the third one was like level 20. Second one was like level 10 or something. I got them along the way. I don't exactly remember when I got them. But essentially, you can come in here to all of these, any ability you want to pick, and you can see what it does. You could choose to the crazy thing about this is you can choose to go in so many different ways here, because all of these different branches do different things. So like as an example, I think it's my storm. Can't remember where I took it. Oh, it's up here. I ended up, so this is a lightning ability, right? It's clearly a lightning ability, Gathering Storm. And I eventually spec'd it over here to become Frostbringer. So the base lightning damage is now converted to cold. And it's just cool. So Shock Chance now is converted to Frostbite Chance. And my lightning is tagged for cold tag. So it basically specs me over into cold now with lightning. So I've further specialized my Gathering Storm from, if I had gone down all the way to the right, and got the Typhoon, or gone down here and got Friends of the Tempest, or went all the way over here for Whirlwind Tactics. These are things, it's like, depending on what you've taken as your main abilities, you could choose to specialize these abilities in all sorts of crazy different ways. So you can see the ones where I've actually chosen things already. I haven't ever made a build video for this character because that needs to be turned off. Apologize for that. The amount of diversity here is really, really cool. And all of these things can be tweaked and poked and prodded in the way that you see fit. So I gotta say, for me, the most impressive thing that I've seen so far has been the passive and active skill systems and specializations. It's a really in-depth system, and you can go a lot of different ways. Now we get into gameplay, and if I'm not mistaken, there we go. My controller is now connected. It does take a little bit for the controller to connect. If you're using a Wi-Fi controller, I have my Series X on Bluetooth. Sometimes can take a couple of clicks to get over, but once it does, it has incredibly well done controller support just right now as it is. And very, very impressed with everything. You've got your 5 abilities across, well, it's 5 because one of them is you're walking. Your abilities across the bottom, your health bar, your mana bar, all the things you need to know. And then you can run around and either play mouse and keyboard, or you can play on controller like I do. I do use mouse and keyboard for things like, I'm going to go over here and do some inventory management. Remember which buttons I need to click. Because inventory management and the buying and selling of things is definitely better on mouse and keyboard. Because you can come in here and choose to stash things here, hit escape, we're out. Let's go over here to the vendor. I'll show you what I mean. Click on her, shop, hover, we got a key for these, we're going to shift and sell. You can't do this on the controller. It is so clunky trying to buy and sell on the controller, so I much prefer it on the mouse and keyboard. But you've got a basic Diablo style layout here. I mean, it's nothing. Literally, no one is claiming otherwise. This is absolutely a Diablo-esque game. So the inventory, the limitation on space, all of that is part of the UI. This part of the HUD, like this all looks exactly like Diablo. Like it, immediately you know what this game is. But they have done their own unique things with the skill systems, and I think that overall, it's been a genuinely fun game to get into because of just, I think I'm not a huge fan of ARPGs generally speaking, but the one thing that drew me into this one, apart from it just playing really well, was it had a time travel storyline, and so there's a part of that appeals to the sci-fi gamer in me, as opposed to just being another generic fantasy or dark fantasy game. So Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. When you open up your map, up at the top, you're going to notice Ancient Era, Divine Era, Imperial Era, Ruined Era, End of Time. So essentially, there are 5 different timelines, and you are adventuring between them to stop this event from happening, right? And I think I'm around... Man, I would need to go back and check. I really don't know how deep I am into the campaign. I feel like 25 hours or so. Is how long I've been playing, maybe 30 hours or so. I've put in, a chunk of time. I'm not 100 hours plus like I, have been with like Rogue Trader and Pathfinder and Baldur's Gate 3 and stuff. But I'm a chunk of the way in. Like God of War, I think I ended up was like 47 hours. Jedi Survivor, I think was around 45 or 43. So I mean, this is getting up there now. If you cross the 30-hour mark, for me, I don't play games more than like 5 hours. If I'm not feeling it. If I do a first impressions video and I don't feel it, I don't continue. If I do a first impressions video and then I feel it, but I play it for like 4 or 5 hours and then I feel like I've just done everything I wanted to see and do, I'm done. I don't just keep going. It is a rare game for me that captures my attention enough to go, okay, let's take this 30, 40 hours. This one's done that for me. Because I like the time travel aspect of it. And there are parts of it that are tropey. I don't care. Like, I'm finding myself genuinely entertained. So I think that works pretty well for me. There are some things I don't like. One of the things is that even though I do praise the controller support for moving around and combat, in terms of like inventory management and stuff, I'm not a huge fan. One of the things is this. This is a personal preference only. If you're on the controller and you want to get into these elements, right, to forge stuff, to get your passives, inventory, all these things, you have to hold a button to bring up a radial, and then you have to swing this around and maintain the hold on that too, to then open up something like the map, right? Now that might sound, oh, that's not okay. The timing on this has to be precise, because if you don't, like, they have to all be held together and then you can go. And I'm a much bigger fan of like press it, it's open, and then move it up and it stays. Like, you don't have to maintain a hold, if that makes sense. It's just there. Like, you've chosen it. Now you can go hands-free. You can walk away, go to the bathroom, come back. It's still there. That's what I much prefer, as opposed to this manual. You need to constantly be holding things down. And then the inventory management with controller is very bad. It's not. I'm not a fan. But it is what it is. It's pros and cons. This was not a game with a hundreds of millions of dollar budget, so it's very impressive what they did. I think that it is a game that deserves praise. I'm not playing the online mode. I have no desire to play the online mode. I have no desire to pay the seasonal content. It's cool that it's there. I'm happy that they provided it to the players who want to participate in that. But I absolutely love the fact that they gave us an offline mode that I can just play at my own fucking pace. Like, I don't feel pressured. I don't have to deal with other people. I could just log in, get 45 minutes into a session, and log off and feel like, you know what, that was pretty cool. I got something done. I don't want to have to worry about the internet issues and connectivity issues and, the season's ending, hurry up, go, and all this other stuff. I'm not a fan. So, it was a good game. I will do a final review when I finish the game, so that I can give thoughts on the totality of the story and everything else. So this is just sort of my final thoughts video as I head into the later stages of the game at a snail's pace between all the other things I do. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let me know what you thought about Last Epoch. Did you play it? I think it's a pretty fun game. What did you play? What class did you play? What did you enjoy most about the game? I find these things intriguing. Let me know in the comments below. Daily streams here and on Twitch. There's a Discord. There's a Patreon. You can figure out where you want to support. Thanks to those of you who can and do. Get a copy of my latest book. All the links are down there, everybody. See you next time.